All right, we should be live here, so I hope everybody can see this and whatnot. Oh
Yep.
man,
I even see the chat.
huh?
I see the chat.
But I don't see anything that popped up that says that we're
Mm.
live or anything. Oh well, I don't. Oh, here it comes. There we go. All right, there we go. Fucking a, it took this thing a little while to go. Anyway,
Yeah. Hey, what's up, everybody?
yep. So, hey, everybody, thanks for coming in. Hey, what's happening, Louisiana repair guy? Hope all is well. Hopefully, um, Raleigh, I mean, yes, Raleigh Jones is Louisiana repair guy. Sorry. I'm losing my mind because I'm trying this new thing out and I don't know what the fuck is going on with it. There's 71. Okay. And hey, Sailor Outlaw George. All right. Yeah. So most of the gang's all here and stuff. So this was a random stream that I wanted to try out on this EVMUX and see how this goes. I mean, it's kind of interesting so far, but it's a little weirder to figure out. But you got Juno looking all like a military commando, tonight and everything. And I just, wanted to say, I'm Drew McIntyre. I know. Oh, I'm not Drew McIntyre. Never mind. But
I love WWE. I love WWE.
well, he's more clear than that. Oh, and Nikki's in the house. Hey, Nikki, and stuff, and stuff. I always used to say
Hey,
that, and
Nikki.
stuff. So yeah, we're probably only on for I don't know how many minutes. It doesn't show, but it's like it's already a clusterfuck. So there we go. But at least I haven't been kicked out yet. But I did want to make an announcement, and it's a big one, folks. So I thought on the off case that if I did get kicked out, I tried to, well, not that I tried. I kept getting a lot of spam calls today, and I was pretty pissed off. So it lit a fire under me to call AT&T, and I said, "Listen, I need a break on my fucking phone bill. My phone bill is shit." I said, I want, several discounts and stuff. And this lady obliged, but what I had to do was get rid of my landline. So I'm getting a new phone, an upgrade, and, you know, my landline number will be on the phone. So I'm just basically my cell phone plan is going to be two lines, but it's cutting my bill almost in half, which is a good thing. So I don't have to fear now. I can just use, well, if I use this, I guess I can use both phones and it won't be, StreamYard like kicking me out and stuff like that. So, hey, Jen, how's it going? Hope everything's going well. And
Jim.
hey, Russell. So, yeah, so, never fear. I was going to be back some way, somehow. But, yeah, so, yeah, that's what's going on with me. So I took care of that problem. And then there's a few personal things that I can't talk about. And, somebody may be in dire need of my help. Maybe. I don't know. But anyway. Hey, Jason. How's it going? Man, people are coming in the house. It was nice to be missed after all. I appreciate you guys. Um, So there might, I have to discuss this with a couple of people too. There might be a T-shirt coming out, um, because Dirk and Darren gave me an idea for a T-shirt. It's going to be related to them, but if we can actually get it put out, then I'm going to work on maybe June Nexus shirts and stuff. So we'll see. But I, I guess I could. Well, I don't know if I want to spoil it quite yet, but there'll be a particular phrase on the shirt that it's going to probably piss a lot of people off. But what do I care? You know me, I don't give a fuck. So there is one person that knows about it. And that's the OG Alan himself. He knows what the phrase is, but I'm not going to spoil it yet. Pastrami Malik, yeah, he's a decent actor.
Mm-hmm.
National Pastrami Day or tomorrow. Nice. Hey Kenny, how's it going? I just watched Kenny, Sean, and Jim their stream,
Okay.
which was really good. And I told Kenny, I said in the comments, I said I'm going to randomly, comment Adrian Barbeau. You're welcome, Kenny. I used to piss people off. Like these women would ask me for dick pics, sometimes, and I'd be like, "Okay, I'm on that," and then I'd send them a fucking picture of Dick Clark or Richard Nixon, and I'm like, "There's your dick pic." And then if they were lucky, I'd send them a random picture of Richard Ayoade. Here's a random pic of Richard Ayoade. So there you go. Documentary that is on Shutter that's coming soon. It's already on there actually. It's that Texas Chainsaw one called Chain Reactions. I think it started either late last week or this week. No, I think it was late last week. So I noticed it was already up there. That was the thing that I bought the off of Dark Sky Films. I bought one for me and Jimmy, and it has all those different cuts of the movie as well. But it's an amazing documentary. It was really good. I like the way they did it because you didn't have the usual talking heads, on there that you see on so many fucking documentaries and things like that. I mean, there's no Henry Rollins or fucking Thurston from Sonic Youth. I mean, I love Thurston, but I got really sick and tired of seeing him on documentaries. And Flea's not on there, thank God. Even though I dread to think what he'd say about the film. Yeah, Richard Smoker. That's one. Dick Cheney. Yeah, there was there was actually when I was managing this CD store. Um, I had this guy who was one of my classical music suppliers, and so he would come in every few months, and he would bring me the catalogs from these different labels and whatnot. So I would go through them and pick some of the stuff. I'd get his suggestions, but I'd go through stuff and pick things out for the store, which I thought would sell or whatever. But in one of the catalogs, I don't remember what the fucking label was, but it was real slick. They had it like, they had a picture of like, this is Mr. So and so. He's the president. Here's the vice president, and then it goes on down to like everybody. So you get to this one deal, and it's the warehouse manager, and it's like, this is our warehouse manager, Richard Smoker. And I remember when I saw that, and I'm going, Richard Smoker, and he's like, yeah, and I go, so there's an actual Dick Smoker. You know, I was like, what the fuck, you know, like this is bizarre as shit, you know.
Dick to
Dickie
go.
Dickie Roberts, yeah. Hey Jim.
Jim,
So, yeah, Jim had a good show. I was saying, you know, since Kenny was in here, and I enjoyed it. And yeah, so all we need is an appearance by the good Sean. Womp womp womp.
but speaking of Jim, I did finally get to see the Running Man remake.
Yeah, that's going to be, I think, on Paramount Plus in a couple of days
Yeah, got to see it on Look Fuck Movies app or something.
or something. You know, better figure that out where you saw it.
But my thoughts about it, I didn't really hate it because I thought I was gonna actually hate this movie, but I did not hate it. Because to me, I think the Crow remake is worse because I think that was a disrespectful remake.
Oh, dude, speaking of the Crow, I took one for the team. I know you've already seen it, but I watched fucking Wicked City. What the fuck, dude?
Is that which one is
The
that?
one with Furlong in it.
Oh yeah, that piece of shit.
I swear, I mean, it's like they put all these decent actors, but I felt really sorry for like David Boreanaz because I was like, what the fuck, dude? Are
Yeah,
you're like slumming off of Buffy or some shit, you know?
yeah,
He was
I
actually awful in it, I thought. And then I hated the fact
yeah,
that Danny Trejo, he'll do fucking anything, so it doesn't really matter. But I hate the fact that he you know he was supposed to be this indigenous person, you know. You know, and it's like what, you know. I don't see why they just could just have it where he was, you know, Mexican and his daughter was Mexican instead of, oh, she's an Indian, you know. And I was like, you know, I go, God damn, you know, why are you being
and
so stereotypical and racist as fuck?
yeah,
You know, this was ridiculous, you know.
yeah. Like everything for that movie is fucking bad. Especially like that was like in one of the downfalls of Edward Furlong's career, where like it was one of the last movies or so. I think it was before that Jimmy and Judy movie he did, but it was like the last time that you would see him in a normal self look before he fucked himself up or something.
Yeah, when he started doing that H, you know, and stuff.
Because to me, like I saw Danny Trejo and Edward Furlong in a better movie, and that was fucking Animal Factory. That was a better fucking movie that they were in.
That's speaking of Animal Factory, that's one of Russell's favorite movies. He can never stop talking about it. He's going to start talking about it now that I mentioned it. You just wait.
Yeah, but what was your thoughts when you saw fucking Dennis Hopper in that movie?
Yeah, that was a total fucking waste. You know that.
He goes from Chainsaw Massacre 2 to this piece of shit.
Yeah, but you know he had a bigger role in what was it, Land of the Dead? But he was almost without the rap talk and shit. He was almost like that same character. You know.
Yeah, yeah, everything is fucking bad about that movie, and even it takes a shit on the series and horse ass, and
Jim
which
says. Well, Jim says here. He goes, "Okay, Juno, but the $1 million question is, you know, was it better than Halloween Ends?" You
about the
know.
Running Man remake.
probably, or yeah.
Or I still would say
I I
Halloween is
liked
still the
Michael
worst.
Cera in it though. I thought he was all right. You
Oh,
know, in it.
yeah. My thoughts about it, without I don't know if anybody wants to be spoiled about the movie because it seems like nobody doesn't really give a shit. But without spoiling the ending, but I did not mind Glenn Powell, even though I'm not a big fan of him. He didn't really piss me off in his
Yeah, he was
performance.
all right in it.
It's just like I thought maybe they would have somebody better, but he wasn't awful about the movie. It does have a okay pace. The only issue I have with it is the villains are kind of lame.
It was still better than fucking Baby Driver.
Yeah, it was, but like Glenn Powell to me didn't fuck up the movie, even though I was kind of hoping he was gonna fuck it up. But I will give credit; he did show some emotion in that opening where he was like talking to his asshole boss that was just being a dickhead to him, and he did show some emotion that he cared for his wife and his his kid that he was taking care of. Like I'll admit, that was actually not a bad performance by him.
Right.
I don't mind Baby Driver. I know you don't like that.
No, well, the problem I have with Baby Driver is one, Kevin Spacey, but they should have never called that movie that. It needed a better title. Because it's just like, who cares? And then they even didn't even put the Kiss song in there. So yeah, no, fuck that.
Well, it's the reason I don't like Ready or Not. They don't put Enchanted Melody in that. That pissed me off.
Well, they didn't call the movie fucking Enchanted Melody. But a lot of movies have used Enchanted Melody or whatever.
And I thought they were gonna play where she was like fuck them up or something and when play that song, but I was pissed when they never played it. Because many movies do that shit where they play a good song and then they fucking don't play it in the movie or even in the end credits.
See, that's the most simplistic plot, Jim. The guy's name is Baby, and he's a driver. It's just like Machete. His name's
Yep.
Machete, and he's a killer. You know,
I did like that part where the Mike Myers mask. That was a funny ass scene.
that was funny. Yeah, I don't hate the movie really, but I don't think it's one of Edgar Wright's best because I love Edgar Wright. He that was just it was a disappointment to me.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, hey, it's Coach Joseph. What's happening?
Hey, coach. But Running Man, I did not hate it. I was surprisingly I did enjoy it, but I still prefer the Arnie movie still over it because that's the one I still prefer. But watching it wasn't bad. I didn't think it was like the worst remake because I would put it as more like the solid, decent remakes out there.
Well, I mean, it wasn't like fucking whatchamadu, uh, Total Recall.
Oh fuck, that remake was
Which,
horse
okay,
shit.
I don't think it's bad, but there's so many shots where you can tell that it's not Colin Farrell, and it's just like, oh shit, really?
And it's pussified PG-13 without R-rated shit.
Joseph wants to know if you liked Stranger Things season 5.
I didn't mind it. It's kind of a mixed bag, but I didn't hate it. as like Game of Thrones, which I thought that Game of Thrones ending was a piece of shit. But you were expecting some of the main characters were gonna go,
Yeah,
or
see,
they were gonna.
they swerved everybody with that because they were saying, "Oh, this person's gonna die. This person's gonna die," and it's like, if you're gonna kill him, man, kill him.
Yeah. I was kind of disappointed they didn't bring back that Argyle guy, who I thought was pretty
Right.
fucking funny. I kind of wish he was in this last season because I thought he was a pretty funny comedic relief
Well,
character.
a lot of people were expecting Eddie to come back, but how the fuck is he gonna
Yeah.
come back? Like a ghost or some shit.
Man, yep. Running Man wasn't bad, and the next one I saw was Seishu 2, and that was some serious carnage. Like Jim Ross would say, thickness is about to pick up, and it's a slobber knocker.
It's no, Jim. It's a different Argyle. That Argyle in Stranger Things is more of a hippie type guy. Well, Kenny, I know you've never. I mean, you've never seen one because you've been staring at the wall half the time, comatose. That was my impression of Kenny. So there you go.
Boomer Sooners.
Eh,
I know there's that. I know there's that issue with fucking Devon and Jim Ross, all that shit that's going on.
I need to watch that Sisu too, man. Don't tell me about it, but I need to, you know, watch it. I haven't gotten to it yet.
But I'm just gonna say it is serious carnage. That's it.
Well, I already know that. We should,
But
even though I don't really drink anymore, but I mean, we could start doing drinking games because every time that Juno says carnage, everybody take a shot.
I don't know. It's just I'm addicted to hearing JR saying that all the time because he always makes the match better when he says that shit.
Well, see, back in the Mid South days, he always said, "Oh my God, it's a Donnybrook." That's what he would always say, and shit. And it was like, like this one friend of mine was always, "It's the only reason I watch it, just to hear him say, 'Oh my God, it's a Donnybrook,'" So
Yeah, JR is fucking hilarious. even
alcohol
the way he,
poisoning in an hour, yeah.
even the way he curses is fucking hilarious.
Well, Joseph, you need to follow your dreams, brother. And, I think that you're a good guy and, you can do it, man. We're always behind you. We consider you a good friend.
Hmm. Yep. But but yeah,
This
JR,
is
I'm always
1920.
addicted. I'm addicted to the carnage. That's why when I always see like bunch of bloody gruesome movies, I just say carnage like JR.
Well, Joseph, don't, listen to anybody telling you to do that. We want you to keep your channel.
Yes.
Yep.
What's your thoughts on these two movies? The prequel and the remake
Um,
of
the
Chainsaw
well,
Massacre.
the remake, I sort of liked, and then the prequel's the one after it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that one. I mean, it's okay. It's not as good as the remake, but the thing I don't like about it is when they slit that woman's throat at the dinner table with the scissors. I just thought that was careless, and I don't like the
Yeah.
fact that they tried to say he was born in a fucking slaughterhouse either.
Yeah. Yeah. The
You know,
the ending's kind of bullshit too.
yeah, it is bullshit.
Because like, how did the fuck did this big motherfucker hold this chainsaw and he killed her at the end with a chainsaw? Like that made no fucking sense.
I mean, I like as far as like some of these ones that have come out since. I mean, I do like the one, just Texas Chainsaw. I like that one. People seem to really hate that one, but I like it. And especially that Easter egg at the very end is great. And then the one that's just the second one that was called Leatherface, I like that one too because they pulled some swerves on you in that one. Plus, Lily Taylor is in it, and
Yeah.
what's his name?
I didn't real
Go ahead.
Stephen Dorff.
Yeah, Dwarf. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just that I didn't when I was watching those movies, I didn't realize those two movies were connected.
Well, sorta. They had to
Just
do
because
something.
the only way they connect is because that was it the mayor guy that killed the Sawyers in the 3D. It turns out his dad and his sister were the ones that the Sawyers killed in the Leatherface.
Right. I just hate the way they keep
That's
changing, everything about him. It's not the
yeah.
way, that it is. They don't stick
I
to the original.
I hate them. I hate the transvestite version of Leatherface. That was fucking terrible.
Uh, Juno wants to know who is the monkey and who is the hobo. Well, it's sort of self-explanatory, except that you can't really see the sign that the monkey's holding, and it says "Hey, stupid." And you notice that the hobo doesn't have a sign. Well, usually the hobo would have a sign that would say "Spare change" or "I need beer." So it's sort of a reversal of roles. And welcome, Jumbo Jim or Jimbo Jack is in the house. Yeah, you should keep it as Joseph the horror guy. Joseph the Willie guy is kind of a strange one, because it's sort of like, is that a scarf you're wearing? Oh no, that's a cum sock. Yeah,
But yeah.
The documentary runs about 2 hours, or a little over 2 hours. But the opinions are very interesting. There's a lot of varied, things about it where, the people talking about the film and its effect on, society and how, um, and just the impact that it's had overall. And then there's a few interesting theories about what the movie is actually about and stuff.
That's a series that's never gonna end.
Oh, okay, Joseph. I had no idea. Jim, if you're still in here, what do you have you watched Song Sung Blue yet? Just to see old Hugh Jackman in that no that ridiculous like wig. I know you've been, aching to see it, haven't you, Kenny? Because I know you're a huge Neil Diamond fan. I'll have to look it up.
But
All right, Jim. Have a good night.
night, Jim. But
Why did the
pretty
cow
much
jump over the moon? The farmer had cold hands. I think he had a lot more than that.
pretty much Chainsaw Massacre's never gonna die. Like the next men are never gonna die. Fucking Michael Myers, they're just gonna revive the fuck out of him again. All these fucking horse shit.
Joseph, what you should do is write down the questions, that you wanted to ask her. So when you do meet her again, you'll, you know, be able to ask her, that. Just don't spend the money on a cameo from her, She charges too much money. But, if you want to spend $600 to get one from a drunk Ric Flair, no, don't do that either. Did you see that, Juno?
Yeah.
He calls
Oh
that poor
fuck.
guy's dad. It's supposed to be Barth or whatever, and he calls him Barth. I was like, what the fuck? And then he tells the one guy that's getting married, oh, no, don't get married. Take 50% of everything you own. That's a fucking raw deal. It's like, damn, man, shut the fuck up. Yeah, TK Carter, man, that was a bummer. Jim mentioned that tonight and stuff. Yeah, he was a class act. That guy, man.
Mhm.
That was a bummer, man, to start the fucking year with. Okay, well that's good, Coach Joe. I'm glad you did that.
Yeah. I still haven't seen Welcome to Derry, but I heard you said you enjoyed it.
Oh, dude, that was fucking better than Stranger Things. I'm gonna say, man. I'm going out on a limb. I know that'll probably piss people off, but that you know I went in with way low expectations too, and I mean I was just like, holy shit, every episode I thought it just kept getting better. I mean there was one episode that was kind of so-so, but still it picked up, and it was good.
But yeah. It's just I also heard that HBO Max they finally got one battle after another for everybody that has HBO.
Joseph, I don't have enough people to get monetized to do super chats. I mean, but thank you for the offer. I appreciate that. I think I gotta
Yeah.
have like 500 fucking subscribers or something. But I'm glad with the people that I have. That come to my streams. I'm not
Mhm.
one of these fuckers that's like, oh hey, I hit 1,000 subscribers, and then there's only always two people in their fucking streams. Speaking of which, there's somebody that I'll just say this real quick that you know she keeps we keep living rent free in her head. She won't drop the fucking subject. she won't name names because she's a fucking coward. But it's the same shit over and over with her. That's all I'm gonna say. But we know who that is.
Yep.
Oh, you know who I'm talking about. 71. The blast out of her ass from the past, and I don't mean flashlight ass. You know who I'm talking about. Well, that's cool, Joe. I'll have to check out his channel and everything. No, 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 not redhead. No, no. The idiot that has no life, but she goes live every day or whatever, and she can't. Basically, I've come to the conclusion that she's trying to model herself after Kathy Bates in Misery. Not Wighead. No, 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 no.
But yeah. But yeah. mm, The only movie I'm looking for this week is 28 Days Later.
Oh yeah, yep. I'm gonna try to get to that too, but I'm definitely gonna see Primate and then
Hmm.
probably that, and I want to see that Timothy Chalamet movie, uh, Burrito Supreme. I think
Hmm.
I want to see that, and fuck, what's that other one that I want? There's another one out that I want to see. Oh yeah, the one with old Amanda Seyfried and Sydney Sweeney. That one, the house
Oh, the,
guest or the housemaid or the house bitch or whatever the fuck it's
yeah.
called.
um, have you ever seen that movie with Sydney Sweeney, the one that just came out that looks like a girl boxing movie?
Yeah, I'm not that interested in that. I mean, I
Yeah.
like Ben Foster, and he can play a heavy really good, but
Hmm.
I don't know. It doesn't. Jimmy and I were talking about it. I mean, it looked kind of cool at first, but about the second time or so I saw the trailer, I was just sort of like, yeah, this is going to be mediocre as
Yeah.
fuck, probably.
Did you ever see that other one, the Smashing Machine?
Nah. I mean, I may watch it now that it's coming to, it's going to be on something this week. Hey,
Hmm.
Derek.
Hey,
Joseph, I bet she was. Yeah, Kenny wants to know if you've been watching Raw and SmackDown lately.
I fucking gave up of how corporate and asinine they became. I ain't watching that horse shit. To me, I think Triple H fucked that company up its ass. And to me,
Which
I know people. I know. Oh, go ahead.
No, Kenny asked a question, or I said that they're making two more of those books because it's a book series. What are you talking about?
But
That housemaid thing? That'd be terrible. If it's the series. Go
yeah.
ahead, Juno. Sorry.
But I know people may not like Bret Hart, but to me, I agree with Bret Hart saying about Triple H that he was never a good wrestler. To me, I agree with Bret Hart because I never cared for Triple H. I always thought he was a shitty wrestler. I always thought he was a dickhead in real life. Cause he was a dickhead to everybody in real life. And I don't know. It's just and him running the company, he kind of just took that company and just shoved it up his ass, and now it's in the toilet because it's his own fucking fault that nobody doesn't want to watch that shit. He was even behind that shitty last match that John Cena had, that horse shit match with Gunther.
Yeah, that was pathetic.
Like
Chester has said, "Are you looking forward to TNA on AMC Thursday?" I'm gonna check it out at least and see. I haven't watched them in quite a number of years.
they moved to AMC.
Yeah, they're gonna start on AMC on Thursdays.
Hmm. Yeah, he
The
you know he
the season finale, yeah, Joseph, it sucked. It was I didn't like it.
yeah
Yeah, Kenny said that Triple H picked great friends and married well. Yeah.
yeah. Well, yeah, and he's an asshole too because he fucked many people over. Like he fucked RVD over, Booker T. Especially the Booker T match was bullshit. Like that was all bullshit from Triple H being an asshole, and even like having him beat CM Punk at Night of Champions, that was bullshit.
See, Alan says, Triple H never would have, tapped. He's a hypocrite. Yeah, I mean, he
Yeah,
would have just, put his fucking nuts on Gunther's chin,
yeah. To me, Gunther was. I never found that Gunther should have been his last opponent. They should have had people that maybe they would have his last opponent be like ones that are in other companies. Maybe have maybe like they do instead of the tournament, like just have like the ones that he wanted to wrestle, like maybe Edge, Kurt Angle, Jeff Hardy, maybe have somebody from AEW. Maybe he gets Chris Jericho.
It's pretty much movies for me, Joseph. I don't really do video games anymore. I haven't for years.
Yeah. I still have my N64, but that's the only game console I have. Or it should have been Cena's last opponent. I wish they would have. One of them would have been. It's just I feel like Gunther. He already had his moment. He was already champion, but he lost it to Jey Uso, then won it back. So like he was already put over too, and he had a shitty match with fucking Goldberg, which was another fucking retirement match.
Yeah, and then they cut fucking Goldberg off before he could fucking do his speech, shit,
Yeah,
on the live feed or
oh, yeah,
whatever. I mean,
yeah.
that was pretty,
Yeah, yeah,
worthless.
yeah. Goldberg's another asshole too, like Triple H. He's a wrestler that is shitty too, like Triple H. He can't wrestle. Fucking asshole. He injured Bret Hart. And Bret Hart to me has rights to be fucking mad at Goldberg because that was his dumb fuck. That was Goldberg's dumb fucking fault because he was never that good in wrestling. And like you even said, Texas, that motherfucker didn't even wanted to wrestle. Yeah,
I think, Chester should actually apply for the fucking, booking job,
yeah,
get Triple H out of there.
yeah. No wonder, no wonder CM Punk was right back in 2011. No wonder he was saying that his dopest son-in-law is gonna run the company and drive it down the toilet. He was predicting it.
Right. Oh, we know, Joseph, I mean, you're the coach,
Yeah, yeah. I the reason I'm not a big fan of Triple H is because I think he's an asshole, and I never found him as a good wrestler, and all his promos suck. To me, he's like a cartoony villain because everybody keeps telling, "Oh, he's such a vicious villain." He's more fucking laughable as a villain. Like he's not a fucking serious villain. He just sounds like a jackass.
There's a Raven documentary that's out, and it's I'm gonna have to see if it's on look movie or fuck movie or
Mhm.
whatever.
That's a wrestler that they fucked over many times
Yeah,
in both companies, especially WCW. Like that got fucked over because that idiot Hulk Hogan and his stupid NWOs fucked that Flock group. That's why that group got ended right away. Because around that time, that's when like the NWOs was just dying out because they were adding a bunch of bullshit wrestlers in that group. And it was being like a big old fucking faction. Dude, what are you watching now? Want to deep dive in WCW action? I'm no, I was watching month ago. I was watching the fucking old WCW pay per views.
right. Alan says that the lines in Triple H's face looked like leather, but I mean Hogan, he looked like a leather handbag, with his body
Yeah,
and shit all,
yeah,
tanned and shit.
yeah, yeah. Hogan's another asshole too. He's another one that fucked over many people.
Yeah, you're right, Joseph. Michelle Trachtenberg, she was pretty.
Yeah,
Oh, it was
I was
Jimmy
that.
that said the, the lines in his face look like leather.
Yeah, I know. Was it Michelle Trachtenberg? She was in a movie with Zac Efron, and it's kind of fucking weird to see that movie now because her and Matthew Perry are not with us no more.
Right.
So it's kind of weird seeing that movie now.
There's a movie I
Like
want to
the
see called Top of Wingo with John Heder, and it looks like al- almost. I mean, it's not really going to be one, of course, but it's almost like a Napoleon Dynamite. Uh, Almost looks like a sequel, but he's not really playing Napoleon Dynamite, but another weirdo, stuff. Oh, I did see Fackham Hall though.
Mhm.
That was fucking hilarious.
People are hyped up for Avengers Endgame, man. Don't give a rat's ass. They're doing all those fucking teasers like, oh, 11, like a teaser for each character coming out with a teaser, and then there's the fucking 11 months countdown shit at the end. I'm like,
Yeah, Joseph mentioned Euro Trip. That's a great movie.
yeah. Did watch one pay per view on YouTube Super Bowl. Oh shit, the vault is actually growing
The what?
of WWE, and WWE Vault and WCW Vault are growing. They're putting a bunch of
Oh
shit
yeah, they're
now
putting a
because
lot of stuff on there. Then there's just a
after I
lot of
heard.
random YouTubers that are putting a lot of fucking local promos from their cities and shit up.
Hmm.
Um, there's a lot of good stuff coming, out.
Yeah, like the Vault. they're actually putting a lot of good shit. Like even like never before seen dark matches, behind the scene footage. Like what the fuck, and even interviews that usually are on DVDs or some shit.
Yeah, they should have never gotten rid of their physical media. Bunch of assholes.
Yep. Besides that, their fucking packaging. They were just going lazy with their packaging. They were not doing those 3 disc sets no more.
Speaking of which, I have ECW Unreleased Volume 3.
Fucking a.
$1 million to anybody that wants it. 1 million. That's my asking price, which means I'm not selling this motherfucker. So you know,
Yeah, and that sucks that they never continue with those 3 disc sets. And what pisses me off is that they never did another volume for that.
no, they did three of them. This is Volume 3.
Yeah, like I was like hoping they were gonna do a fourth one, and they even canceled that OMG DVD that they were gonna do with fucking ECW.
Well, they weren't the brightest bulbs, whenever they
Yeah,
started doing that stuff.
I
Yeah, they
the
had a
thing
lot of
that
good
they
stuff, and then they fucked up.
yeah, the thing that kind of pisses me off is that WWE never gave us like good fucking WCW pay per view matches and DVDs. They did once, but they never like feel like they wanted to acknowledge them because they seem that they want a bitter WCW like, oh, we beat their asses. Like, so what? Who gives a shit? You fucking won, dickheads. Just
Yeah.
show the retrospective of those fucking pay per views.
Yeah, I agree, Kenny. They never should have gotten rid of the network. That was like a huge, huge fucking mistake
Yeah.
because the stuff on Peacock was never cataloged correctly. It was fucking perfection on the network. Bunch of assholes, and I was there day fucking one. You know, and man, that pissed me off. I just
They
want to
even
check something here.
they even
Oh,
had
this
a,
actually tells you how many fucking comments you get. Shit, that's crazy. Wow. Oh, okay. I wanted to
and
check the time of what we were doing. So we're at like 52 minutes.
yeah, like even like you said, the network like they also had all the segments. They weren't edited out like pussified Peacock that just edit shit out. That everything.
Joseph, don't worry why he doesn't like you and stuff. He doesn't like me and Juno either. And that's the last fucking thing I'm gonna say about that. So don't even worry about it.
Mhm.
I think I can play videos. I was trying to screw around with it, but I didn't have a lot of time. But I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Hey Corey, hope everything's
Hey,
going
Corey.
well. Well, Joseph, like I said, it doesn't matter if he's happy with you or not. He's not fucking happy with himself. So, like I said, that's the last I want to mention. That.
Um, I
Oh
kind of
yeah,
quit watching.
this fucking movie called Bus Bunny with Mickelson in it, Mads Mickelson, where he plays, I guess it's kind of almost like I guess a Leon the Professional or some shit,
Mhm.
and that looks really good. Right now, it's only on streaming, as far as I know. I don't know if it's on the place that we won't talk about.
Yeah. Do you like Bart the Clown? I don't. I don't mind him.
Yeah, I've never met him, but yeah, I like him. Oh, well, oh. Corey said he liked Dust Bunny, so he has seen the film. He got to see Primate early, one of those AMC early bird fucking movies and shit.
Yeah, he gave a good response about it and recommended, which that's getting like a lot of crave reviews by everybody, and they're saying it's seriously carnage.
There's another shot.
Like people are saying it's like vibes of like those creature feature movies. I'm like, holy shit, I want to see
Well,
that.
that's good. But I mean, anything with killer animals is great. I mean, I
Yep.
don't care how people say like Day of the Animals and fucking Grizzly are bad. I mean, in Grizzly, they show the damn bear, tear a kid's leg off.
Yep. But yeah, Primate. Definitely looking forward.
I
28
haven't
Days
seen
Later.
Primate yet, Chester. I'm hoping to see it this weekend.
But Malcolm in the Middle is coming back, so is everybody hyped up for that?
And Malcolm plays the fiddle. So I think one of the best episodes of that show. I forget exactly what it was about, but it's the one where B. Arthur was in it. She's watching them, I guess, or something, and then at the very end, she's dancing with Dewey. They're like doing a tango or some shit.
Yeah, they're dancing to ABBA Fernando.
Yeah, I always loved B. Arthur, man. She was always kind of hot, and I thought it'd be great to have like a band called B. Arthur Handjob, stuff.
I think to me, like if they did like a bad grandma movie, I think she would have fucking played it well. Like
Yeah,
like her
that's
version of
kind of
Billy
where
Bob Thornton.
it goes. Scrubs, are they fucking bringing that back?
They're reviving every shit. I know King of the Hill's getting season two. I mean the second season for that new one.
Fucking, I've hated NBC ever since they took Journeyman off. That show was fucking great, and it was just getting really fucking good, and then they took it off because of that fucking writer's strike in 2007 or 8, whenever the fuck that was. Hey,
That fucking
Shamarlos,
everything.
our favorite
Hey
foodie is
Scott.
in the house.
Hey Scott.
He just ate cheese food. What the fuck? You just eat like a big old plate of food? Well, hey, Joseph, imagine if there was a guy named Terry Primate. What do you think of that? Terry Primate?
But yeah, it's just Malcolm in the Middle's coming back. I don't know if anybody's excited for that, but the cast is coming back except Dewey. He retired.
some people, they make these weird, things saying that, Malcolm in the Middle, there's a lot of things about it, and that the dad, you could see that maybe it's how the dad got involved in being in Breaking Bad, being the character. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Stuff like the dad decided to go sell, make meth and shit. Like, huh? Like what the fuck?
They put many theories of that, but yeah, that's coming out. Meet the Fuckers 4 is coming out. Who gives a fuck?
They ought to call it Meet
That's
the
a
Assholes.
pretty much that fucking story. It's just the same fucking story. It's just the first movie. As I read that fucking plot, I'm like, it's just the fucking first movie.
Larry, the horror cat dad, is in the house. So, hey, Larry, thank you for coming in and
Hey,
causing
Larry.
some mayhem.
I know. Was it Meet the Fuckers? Like, I laughed like a few years ago. That's how I called it because some guy in a thrift store was like was like looking at the movie, and some guy said, "Meet the Hey, you ever saw this Meet the Fuckers movie?" The guy says, "What? Meet the Fuckers?" I'm like, "That's the title for it."
Well, pretty much, it's
I think if that was the title, it would have sold more money,
right.
even though it would have been NC-17.
Larry said, "Meet the Queefers."
But yeah, that piece of shit coming out. That's a piece of shit. Did you ever see all those fucking movies?
No, I think I've seen. Well, I know I've seen the first one, but I can't remember if I even watched the whole fucking thing. And I've seen maybe the second one, but no, because I kept going, damn, how many of these damn movies I could have put out?
Yeah. Yeah, this gonna be a piece of shit because it's just the fucking first movie again. I'm like, fuck this shit.
Joseph, I don't know about him. I've heard some not so good things about it. I hear it's kind of slow and dull, and nobody I know has actually said that they liked it. So
I guess there's an It Follows 2 coming out.
yeah, I've heard that for a while. I don't mind that though because I love It Follows. It's all of a sudden the past couple of years it's getting a lot of hate. I'm like, why? You know,
And yeah, Terrifier 4
out the back
coming
door.
out. Night, Kenny. You have a good one.
All right, Kenny, thanks for coming in and everything. I appreciate it. And yep, I'll definitely see you soon.
That's coming out soon. Chapter 3.
Yep.
And I heard that's gonna be 2 hours.
Well, I don't. I like the two. I don't know why people. I mean, all I hear is a Oh, it's just the same fucking movie. It's like, no, it's not. Actually watch the fucker and you'll see, you know. I liked it, you know, and I mean,
Yeah,
I used to really like, Rennie Harlan, and I mean, now I think he's justified himself because there were a few things he was putting out that I thought were like trash, you know.
12 rounds fucking sucked, and that has John
Oh
Cena.
God. Yeah.
That movie, like people are praising, oh, it's a good movie. Like this movie fucking sucks. It's like a shitty version of fucking Die Hard 3.
You have The Condemned, which is basically a rip off of Battle Royale, except that it's, not school kids. It's a prison,
You want to watch a better version? Watch 31 Rob Zombie. That's a good one, and that gets a lot
That
of hate.
actually that actually is a good movie. It makes Lords of Salem, look like I don't
Yeah,
know, but
can't. Lord of Salem got all this overrated praise, like, oh, it's a great movie. I'm like, this shit's a boring son of a bitch movie to watch.
well, it's weird because there's a lot of people that I know that are like, I couldn't understand what the fuck that movie was about, and I was just like, all you need to know is that it was his attempt to make like a '70s British horror film. That's what he was trying to do.
They should have had Eric Wright do something like that instead.
Well, he did do that trailer in Grindhouse. What was it? Don't go here, don't go there, whatever the fuck. It
Yeah,
was funny as hell. The trailer that he did.
what
He should actually
wasn't?
do
Yeah,
one of those movies.
Rich, like Richard Lynch, he was originally supposed to be in that movie, but he passed away right before that Lords of Salem movie was supposed to be filmed.
Well, they could have just hung his corpse up on the wall, and he would have he would have been in it. I remember reading a review of something, and it had him in it, and they said Richard Lynch, the ugliest man in show business. It's like, holy shit.
Violent Night 2, that's coming out.
Yeah, I'll watch that. Hopefully, it'll be as good as the first one.
Yep. Yeah.
Violent Night
There's a
3, The
bunch of
Rise of Coach Joe. Mm.
yeah. But yeah, there's another Chainsaw Massacre movie. There's another Paraprick fucking activity movie.
You know what's funny is the last one that they did when they actually upped the rating and made it R. I liked it. I thought, well, this isn't that bad. But all those others leading up to it were just crap. Although I didn't see well, I got bored and I didn't see like I think four, and then the Mark of the Devil or whatever the fuck that one was called, Mark of the something.
Is that the one where they were in Oakland or some shit? Where it's like in a
Probably it was the one that had
it's
like the Latino guy in it or whatever.
oh I I didn't mind some of that stuff. I wish that was in a better fucking movie, not a Paraprick or activity movie.
Right.
Because some of the stuff was interesting, like even the guy getting all fucking crazy and like attacking his dog, kicking the gang members' ass. Like that stuff would have been interesting if it was maybe like a Chronicle sequel or some shit. If it was Chronicle 2, that would have been better.
Right.
Wait, do you ever saw Chronicle before?
Chronicle. Yeah, yeah. Chronicle was fucking great. I actually liked that a
Yeah,
lot.
that's a good fucking movie, man.
It
I
is a
saw
good
that in
movie.
theaters. I saw that movie in theaters with my dad, and Yeah, me and my dad hated fucking Unfriended, which was a piece of shit, but
Oh,
he
that was
enjoyed. Chron-
oh god. Anyway, go ahead. You know,
but Chronicle, he actually did like it because he kind of said that it kind of had like that superhero vibe of like the Hulk and shit and going crazy at the end.
yeah,
Like,
Chronicle was, I thought very good, and then like Unfriended, that shit gave me a headache. I couldn't, this girl I was going out with at the time, she was all like, "Oh, that was pretty good." I said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "That was an hour and a half of, me watching you get online." I said, "I don't give a fuck. That was terrible."
yeah,
You know, I mean, the second one actually I thought was a little better because it wasn't such a fucking strain. But it was like, man, I was really straining watching that movie, and then of course all the good shit, all the kills and stuff are pretty much off screen. I mean, that was a fucking rip off.
yeah. Unfriended felt like it was a $5 budget. How fucking cheap that budget looks. Like a fucking $5 budget. Just record it. That's it. In the USB and then just upload it to fucking movie theaters. That's it. Not that I hate found footage movies, but some of those fucking found footage movies are bad, dude. But like, yeah, my friend's a piece of shit. Um, the gallows, that's another piece of shit.
Oh man, yeah, that one fucking blew. And then you you had what's her name was in it, um, Kathy whatever, Kathy Gifford's daughter was in that, and stuff. And I remember like, oh man, they were hyping it
It's
up
a
on, live with Kathy and whoever. I think Reed was already dead.
yeah, that shit was a piece of shit, and I think it was free on YouTube, so that's why I got to see it. And then they did a fucking sequel, which nobody gave a fuck.
Right. Good night, Joseph. Thanks for coming in and hanging
Like
out.
Joseph,
It was cool to talk to you again and stuff. Don't be a stranger, man. And you do you, man. Keep that channel and fucking press on. You can do it.
yes, but yeah, fucking unfriended piece of shit. That still gets fucking praised by many YouTubers. I'm like, what the fuck is good about Unfriended? It's a piece of fucking shit.
And that was bad. You know, there's a lot of those movies, man. That you're right. They're just I don't know. There's that one. Megan is missing. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Never heard of it.
Oh, good. Fucking that was repulsive. Like this guy, is meeting, girls online and he kidnaps this girl. But I mean, it was sort of like, um, whatever that fucking show is, it's like To Catch a Predator, except that they don't catch the predator. The guy's a killer and shit. And I mean, it was fucked up. There was some shit in that movie that I couldn't believe they got away with. I was like, God, what the fuck, man? If it disgusts me, it's going to be pretty fucking bad.
Yeah. But yeah, like those fucking movies are bad. Skinamarink is fucking bad.
Megan the Stallion is missing by Felicia. She got that whap her in the face.
But yeah, it's
You can
just
call
like
a
those
dinosaur
movies
that crashes his car Tyrannosaurus Rex. Bam.
but yeah, definitely look forward to more stuff on WWE Vault and WCW. They're uploading a lot of shit, especially like Clash of Champion classics. Like there's a lot of Clash of Champion pay per views they uploaded.
Yeah, match. It did have a lot of disgusting scenes, but I thought it was a good flick because I didn't really think Tubi could pull something off like that. You should check that out, Juno. That's you talk about some carnage. There's some fucked up shit in that movie.
Oh,
Eh,
I love Carnage.
I mean, yeah, I guess you could say it was sort of a bit stupid. I mean, it was a bit like people under the stairs a little bit, but I mean, different, a lot more violent, and stuff. But I mean, I liked it. I didn't think, it was like a bad movie.
Yeah, it's just sometimes many of us have different opinions, but there's shit I like people don't even like. Like I fucking like Van Helsing, but people say that's a piece of shit.
Yeah, I thought it was all right.
Mm, yeah, like I'm a fan of even Pauly Shore's movies, and people don't like that fucking dude.
Because he's the weasel. Yeah,
Like
it's still on
Biodome,
Tubi.
yeah,
It was a made-for-TV Tubi movie, Chester, a Tubi exclusive.
yeah. The one to never see Texas, never see Titanic's 666. That's a piece of shit from Tubi.
I was watching Retro Vault, and they had this deal about 10, fuck, I forgot what the deal was, but they show there's some channel that they get if you use the code Retro Vault, you can get 50% off a plan. But one of the movies they showed was this uh, movie called Lo, and it's about like this some guy and his girlfriend or somebody gets kidnapped by some kind of weird like alien demon or something. So then the guy brings this other demon out called Lo, and the shit they showed from it was hilarious because Lo was like, telling him, he goes, "Well, yeah, I can help you get her back and all this." And then he said something to the alien, and he got pissed off, and he said, "You know what, man? That's really fucking racist." It was like, wow. Yeah, well, he was he's kind of a creature, and she was, yeah, jerking him off, and I don't even think she had a cum sock and stuff.
Yeah, like weird shit. Like I do like a few Troll movies, but some of them are fucking bad.
It was great last week when P showed Shivers. That was man, I love that movie.
That's like
So
another
good.
one.
Huh?
That's another like feature, but more like a bug movie.
Well, it's about a Yeah, well, sort of. It's a parasite, that gets into people and fucks their sex drive up. So they want sex, but they also want to kill. So, but it's great. It's one of the best Cronenberg films, I think. Very early. So here's something I've never heard of called "Good Night," said Miss Bird. It says, "An adultery, a family secret, a serial killer, a story made with the structure of Russian dolls and with the rhythm of a roller coaster. The viewer searches for a railing to hold to, but only finds knives." What the fuck? It says it's from 2012, but it looks like it was from fucking the mid 70s. So I'll have to watch the trailer for this fucker and see what it's like.
Um, fuck. I don't know what's going up in wrestling. Like, what's up with AEW? Are they turning to good or shit?
What, are they doing what?
What's up with AEW? Or is it good or is it shit right
Yeah,
now? Because
no, it's
I
been
haven't seen it.
it's been good. You have HBO Max, right?
No, I don't have HBO Max, but
I
I
was gonna
did.
say,
Look,
man, you should go back into the vault, and see the Blood and Guts show, man. They did so
yeah,
well that show. Yeah, Steve Rosie says it's good.
yeah. But yeah,
I
are
love
they still
Blue
doing
Velvet, Chester. What? Sorry.
Blue Out? Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that. Yeah, I have seen Blue Velvet. It's a fave. A lot of Lynch's stuff is so great because it's just so preposterous. That's one of the things that I always liked about his movies, because it's like they don't make sense, but they do make sense at the same time. Because it's like you can watch one of his movies and not remember like a main part, but you always remember something. And like in Blue Velvet, the thing that I always liked was the fact when they've got Kyle MacLachlan in that one place and stuff, and he's kind of freaking out, and then all of a sudden Jack Nance, who was the main character and who played the main character, Henry and Eraserhead, he just goes up to him and he's like, "I'm Paul." It's like, all right. They yell at him. But whatever. Blue Aqua Velvet, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know where the fuck wrestling's gonna be for now. Maybe WWE's gonna go to bankrupt in like 2 years.
Well, we'll see, what happens with all this bullshit about Warner Brothers, trying to, sell themselves out. I don't know. I still don't
Mhm.
understand. I mean, are they losing money? Is that the deal or whatever? Because, I mean, all of a sudden to me, it just seemed to come out of nowhere that they,
Yeah.
were looking for a buyer and shit.
Mhm. I guess because also the recent pay per views, like they're losing money because they haven't been selling tickets because they've been overpricing those fucking tickets, and then nobody's not even gonna buy those fucking expensive bullshit prices.
Yeah, but I mean, what I'm talking about though is just Warner Brothers themselves trying to, like Netflix wanting to buy them and all that kind of shit. And it's like, It's not a good idea, and I mean Paramount's trying to counter offer to still kind of keep them a studio because I think if they go to Netflix, a lot of things are going to get fucked, and they're going to get fucked without a
Yeah,
kiss.
because people that work at Netflix are a bunch of narcissistic jackasses. Yeah, because the fucking Netflix is a pussified platform. And what's like you said that there's stuff on Netflix, right?
hmm
But there's no territories.
No, not yet. Anyway, it's all scrambled up. You just basically look up WWE, and then you'll find pay-per-views and shit like that. But there's no rhyme or fucking reason to it yet.
Fuck. Yeah, it's fucking horseshit.
Like he always said, Queeflix, Fish Netflix. There you go.
It's fucking horseshit, dude. This
All right.
company's been up in its ass.
Night, Russell. Have a good
Uh,
night.
Um, I don't know what else is coming out besides more good and more shit.
Right.
John
Well, it'll
Bertmel's gonna
be
be in the
interesting to see what TNA does. Couple of
yeah,
days.
yeah. I haven't been watching AW since like last month or so. I just kind of stopped from it because I got kind of bored because I don't know MJF kind of bored the fuck out of me.
Right.
Like to me, like MJF was good in his first 2 years. Like to me, I felt like he should have won the title against Moxley during like the pandemic at All Out because that build up with him and Moxley for that All Out main event that was during the pandemic. That was a good match. That was a good build up. He should have won the title there. But it's just like him, whatever, as champion, just the same old shit. Not big on it. But yeah, it's just fuck. And there's rumors Chris Jericho was going to return, and then no fucking return.
No, he's not.
Oh, he's going to be at the
Yes,
Royal
MJF
Rumble.
does have the best promos.
Constantine 2 is coming out, yeah. And even another Silent Hill's fucking coming out. Constipated. Yeah, it is a constipated movie. They're saying that Coyote Aim will fucking come out, but I hope that fucking thing better come out.
Which one?
Coyote Aim, the one that was unreleased.
Oh, there's a that movie Coyotes is up on MGM Plus. Jim said it sucked though, so I don't know.
Well, Tarot sucked.
Terrace?
Tarot. That fucking horror movie,
Which one? What?
Tarot or something. Tarot cards movies or whatever the fuck that was.
Oh, yeah. You know, that's funny you mentioned that because there was one that was complete shit, and then there was another one that wasn't that bad. I thought you were saying carrot or some shit. I was like, what? Tarot. Tarot. It's funny because there was somebody that goes, tarot, and I was like, no, that's not how you pronounce that. But when you do certain substances, you get a lot of shit wrong. What?
Yeah, just kind of stopping on from wrestling. Just horse shit now, but
Ours.
probably the only thing I'm not interested in wrestling is because I'm sick and tired of all this bullshit where the guys can't do shit against the women and they have to shove that woke message up their ass.
This actually put a
Yeah.
thing up here. It says your live recording will end automatically in 30 minutes due to plan limits. I need to fucking see what
Okay.
all I have. So
Yeah. But
yeah, we
yeah.
won't be hanging out long anyway. Thank you. That's nice to get a reminder though.
Okay.
Fucking assholes.
Fucking bastardos.
Hey, but what do you want for free? It looks like they have better plans than StreamYard though.
Yeah.
But I gotta mess around with this a bit and see if it would be, worth keeping and stuff. But I mean, I didn't get
Yeah.
knocked off, so that's the good thing. That was
Yeah.
my main concern because I was
Yeah.
like, son of a bitch, if I get knocked off here, then so it has to be something with StreamYard. Then
Yeah.
maybe I don't.
Yeah. This has been a good stream.
Yeah, it has. Always in good company, with good people and stuff. So, that's what makes it work. Because when you guys are in here, it's like, I'm calm and able to, I don't have to concentrate. Like when I'm by myself, I'm just like, you know. I mean, I can pull it off sometimes, but sometimes I'm just like, because usually my whole day has been like a, huge ball of shit or something, and stuff. So,
Hmm. And they're making another goddamn Resident Evil movie.
yeah, why?
More money to be constipated with, so they can put more money up their piggy bank ass.
Yeah, yeah. When he Chester watched the one where he called Tony Khan a fucking mark. You know,
Well, he is a fucking mark.
he is kind of in a way because he would always say that shit. Oh, I've been a huge wrestling fan, and once the internet came out, I was on Prodigy and all the wrestling chat rooms and all this other kind of shit, and I'm just like, God damn, who would say that shit?
Yeah. Plus, he's a shitty booker too. He doesn't know how to book fucking matches and storylines.
Hey, Peyton, welcome back, brother.
He paid it. But yeah, Tony Khan, he fucked up many storylines. Like he gave us that fucking stupid storyline with the Nightmare family. that Brandy Rose was gonna do, and she had that girl shave her fucking head, and nobody even cared about that storyline, and they just dropped the storyline of that, which was fucking stupid.
Right.
The factory that looked interesting, and I was interested because Andy Ogogo was interesting, but they fucking dropped the ball on him. Like I
Yeah,
was
you
looking
know,
for him to be.
it's weird. I started following him on Twitter, and he's been like messaging me about like, he's asking me about my fitness and stuff, and if I do it, and I'm like, well, I'm kind of old, but brother and stuff, and he goes, well, there's some stuff you should look at. It may help you out and all that. I mean, really nice guy, but it really shocked the shit out of me because at first I thought,
Yeah,
oh great, here's another fake one, but it's not. It's really him.
yeah. When he was coming out, I don't know if they played his music, but I wish they would have gave him Red Right Hand. That would have been a fucking fitting song for him.
Right.
Because he would dress out
Right.
like those Peaky Blinders outfits. I'm like, fucking A, dude. Going all fucking gangster. Like, that's a gimmick that he should have done. He should have been like a 1930s bank robber gangster
Yeah,
out of Public Enemies. Like a John Dillinger kind of fucking gimmick.
that would be kind of cool. Yeah.
I had an idea that they should have done a faction like that with him and Gunther.
Well, Gunther would have to leave the WWE though.
Yeah, like
I
Gunther would
recently
join
saw
the
it was
group.
funny as shit. I saw this old promo of fucking Colt Cabana, and he was there with Gunther when he was known as Walter. It was some place. I don't know if it was that WXW or whatever, but I mean, he barely spoke any English at all. And so, like, Colt's like hyping him up. And then he goes, and then he says, so, what do you have to say? And then he's like, oh, you want me to talk? And shit. So he didn't even have really any promo skills or anything at all and shit. And it was like, kind of funny to see him because he wasn't even
That
jacked like he was. And then
fuck. That
they
was
made him
that was
lose that
Gunther.
fucking look that he had. You know.
Did you prefer his name Walter or you don't mind
Yeah,
Gunther?
actually, I thought Walter was better because Gunther, sounds like a fucking Nazi.
Well, that's what they wanted. That fucking Heidenreich to wrestle. He wanted to be. They were gonna have him be a not frozen Nazi. That woke. That
Yeah, but that
who
dude
was
sucked anyway. You know.
he was awful, and I think it was a bit disrespectful to Hawk when they had him be like the fucking LOD member
Right.
and have him and Animal win the tag team titles. Because to me, Draws I felt was more respectful to that role because that's when like was it Hawk was being that substance stupid storyline they were doing, but
Well,
I
that's
feel like
because
Draws had
well, I mean, he
yeah
was, pretty fucked up, but I mean, he was getting out of it. But they always do that, try to put in these real life storylines and shit. And
yeah
sometimes a lot of people don't really give a fuck.
yeah. But the one with the Heidenreich I thought was more disrespectful to Hawks and Memory.
Davy Death on.
Yeah, Heidenreich he's like another one like Gene Stinky and
Oh God. So, what movie are you talking about, Peyton? Made in Jamestown.
well, cause yeah they shot themselves in the foot for letting that motherfucker wrestle.
Oh, I know. And then there was good
Like
old Nails, who claimed that he was sodomized by, or attempted sodomy, rather, I should say. Oh, no, not on the thumbnail. That was just something I created. I, a while back, um, I got, Jimmy and I had gone to a Taco Bell, and there was this homeless guy in there, and he was talking to himself and stuff, and he was like acting like he was playing music. He's like, "Nah, nah, nah," and then he's like I said, he's not talking to anybody, but basically himself. But he's like, "You like Metallica? Man, I wrote all their songs and shit." So it inspired me to make these fucking like AI pictures of these bums like eating tacos, and so so I made a few where they were wearing T-shirts that said like bum fights and shit like that on there and stuff. And so then I was trying every time. Sometimes I try to make these fucking AI things, and they don't always come out the way I want them. And I I was trying to like do this deal where like the chimp was actually bite. I was trying to get him to like rip the dude's face off or bite the guy or something, but it won't do it. So then I just thought, okay, I'm just gonna have him standing in front of the homeless guy with him with a sign that says "Hey, stupid," instead of the homeless guy having like a sign that says, "Spare change" or "I want a beer." I come up with all sorts of weird, wacky stuff. I mean, I have a couple of me eating in an Italian restaurant, and there's fucking aliens blowing up the buildings behind me. It's like, fuck, I can't even enjoy my fucking spaghetti meal without aliens fucking trying to take over the fucking world.
have you gotten any water burgers lately?
No, I haven't been in a while because, like I said, I told you about Jimmy being really busy and stuff like
Hmm.
that. Plus, they've been giving out shitty rewards during the week. Like
Uh,
shit like buy one breakfast taco or taquito or some shit. It's like we never go there during breakfast, so what the fuck? Aliens just need a strawberry and a balloon. Chip and handle, Yeah, instead of Chip and Dale's, Chip and handle. Yeah, I haven't really, I use Chat GPT, I think, for some things, but not really. I found some others that are better because I found this picture of this couple kissing, but then what I did was I took a picture of me and a picture of Moonbeam, and I really shouldn't be saying this, but no, I'm just kidding. But so it came out great because it's actually her and me, kissing and stuff. And so then, I sent it to her and she liked it. I didn't know, because sometimes I'll send her something and she doesn't say anything. And then I was like, well, I guess you didn't like this. She goes, oh, I liked it. And then I found this other thing that 71 had told me about, or maybe it was this one that Brooke told me. No, it wasn't the one Brooke told me about, but it was one 71 told me, or I found it. I can't remember because there's one that she told me about, but then there was one I think I found on my own, and so I put the picture in there, and you can give it like in Grok, you can give it commands and like make a 6 second clip, but the other one kind of does it too. But I just put the picture in to see what it would do. So it's just us kissing, but she's got like this kind of strapless top on, and it's like it shows me like pulling down the strap like on her arm, about halfway. And so then I sent that one to her, and she was like, "Oh my!" And I said, "Yeah." I go, "Look at you trying to, ravage me." And she's like, "That's absurd." And I'm like, "No, it's not." I said, "It's all you." When it actually, was me, but it was funny.
I tried
You,
that Grok app. It was cool.
yeah, it is cool. I don't, I mean, I don't give a shit about watermarks or anything like that. It doesn't, but I mean, the one that I mainly use, not to edit photos, but just to make stuff, is in the Facebook Messenger. I forget what the hell they call it. That's not a strawberry. Okay. So it's a balloon ass you're talking about. You know, well, at least you didn't put a flashlight before it. Come on, kids. Now stop. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see where we are on time here. See real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're at like fucking 14 minutes. So I guess maybe we should, end this and stuff.
yeah.
Unfortunately, I mean, because I don't want it just to cut off while we're talking about something.
Mhm.
Who's Rose? But yeah,
Oh
thank you
yeah,
guys for coming out. It was.
yeah.
I'm just happy there were no, hiccups. I mean, slight hiccups trying to get this thing kind of going, and I'm sorry about, having to change the times. It's just I would have done it correctly, but this thing is kind of weird. Their settings show up in different places, but I know now what to do if I have to change something. But I had to, change it for Juno because
Yeah.
he was in school and his bus was late and some other shit. And, he was like wanting me to change, cancel. And I was like, dude, there's no reason to cancel. I'll move it up. And he was like, oh, okay. So, it worked out.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, my friend. It's just,
Oh, no problem. But yeah, I'll
it's
get
just,
on a regular schedule soon, and we'll be back to the watch parties and stuff because, there's tons of movies I want you guys to see and things like that. But I did find somebody fucking put a free copy of Faster Pussycat Kill Kill up on YouTube. So I want to do that one. That'll be like our second, Russ Meyer one after, when we did Beyond the Valley of the Dolls.
hmm
Thanks, Nikki. I didn't know you were still here. Appreciate you hanging out. And thanks, Rosie and Ashton. And too bad Brooke wasn't here tonight, but, Ashton's probably got it tied up in the van or something, and Chester, of course, the goat. And thanks for coming out, Peyton and Kenny and Jim and Jen's reviews and Larry and 71 and Raleigh Jones for coming out tonight. And, I'm just glad to see people, making some appearances and, you know, Russell and Joseph and, Coach Joe and it's awesome sauce, and of course Jimbo Jack, and stuff. Yeah, you know, happy birthday again, Chester. I could say the line from Spookies, Happy birthday, Chester. Here's some balloons. You're going to die real soon. You ever see that, Juno? Spookies? Have you ever seen that shit?
Yep.
That movie's like so fucked up because it's like basically two different movies tied together. You're welcome, Chester. Jimmy loves spookies. But
Thank you, everybody.
yeah, like I always say, we wouldn't be here without you guys, and that's the honest truth. Because we don't want to be like somebody that comes on every night and then they have an audience of no one. So there you go.
Right.
Yeah, Honky didn't show up tonight. I was expecting him, but it's all good. He'll probably rewatch it or something. Oh, and give a shout out to Todd Christian too, because I hope that he's able to check this out. He'll probably just be bored by it. No, I'm just kidding. But he always would leave us good comments and stuff. So yeah. All right, kids. Thanks for coming out, and
Everybody.
be safe. And be be good, and I'm not gonna throw out some random stuff that others say that don't make a lot of sense, like stuff like I'm off like a dirty shirt, but this shirt ain't dirty. No one gives a fuck. It's like there you go. So, yep. Thanks for coming out tonight, everyone, and thank you, Chester, for we're all everybody. Yes, have a good night tonight and stuff. And remember, in the immortal words of Salt and Pepper, push it real good. Whatever you're gonna push, just push it real good. All right.
All right, buddy.
See you kids manana.